The Hamlet by William Shakespeare, play summary. Shakespeare's Hamlet is the tragic romance of the 12th century hero, Prince Hamlet, who was the lawful successor to the throne of King Hamlet in Elsinore Castle in Denmark. King Hamlet's sudden death made his wife Gertrude, the Queen of Denmark, a widow, and within 2 months of the king's death she married his brother Claudius. Suspicions were let out concerning King Hamlet's death. Claudius made a story that serpent had stung the deceased king. But young Prince Hamlet had suspicions that Claudius himself was the serpent. Shakespeare has portrayed Prince Hamlet to be in complete dejection and gloom and has used a ghost to support his story. The king's ghost reassured his son that Claudius was his murderer, who wanted to usurp the throne of Denmark. Thus, the prince's life took a sad turn, as he became thirsty for revenge. The major theme of the story shows Hamlet to be mad to avenge his father's death. The prince's erratic behavior worries Claudius and Gertrude, and they appoint his friends to spy on him. Then Polonius declares that Hamlet might be in love with his daughter Ophelia. With the help of some visitors, Hamlet enacts the death of his father and succeeds in proving to the reader that Claudius is guilty, who in return banishes Hamlet to England where his death awaits him. In a confrontation with his mother, the prince accidentally kills Polonius, which drives Ophelia to her death. In the meantime, her brother Laertes, upon Claudius' instigation, agrees to kill Prince Hamlet while fencing with a poison épée, but Laertes dies first. Claudius mixes poison in the prince's drink, which upon his refusal is drunk by the queen, who dies a slow death. Hamlet stabs Claudius with the poisoned sword and forces him to have the fatal drink. He dies, and so does Hamlet, since he was hurt by the poisonous sword during the fight. Hence, the Norwegian Prince Fortinbras takes over the empire. Shakespeare describes the character of Hamlet as a gloomy and depressed one, who is extremely cynical and sardonic. He hates his uncle Claudius because he is responsible for his father's death. Hamlet is full of hatred for his mother as well because she married Claudius immediately after the king's death. Hamlet is an intellectual person but extremely indecisive and uncertain. His impulsive, irrational, and unreasonable acts often create problems for him. The author has given an impersonal account of all characters and has crafted the characters as being pushed by the storm of revengeful emotions for one another. According to Hamlet himself, he is a philosophical, thoughtful, and normal person. He loves his father and hates his mother since she married his uncle Claudius, who killed the king. He was in love with Ophelia and considered Horatio his only close friend. However, he is cynical, so he finds faults in every person around him. Others considered Hamlet to be erratic, melancholic, mad, disturbed, depressed, troubled, and full of hatred for the world. His mind starts playing games with him since all he thinks of is ways to avenge his father's murder and kill Claudius. He begins to lose his senses under this stress. All he wants is revenge, so he becomes unreasonably harsh. Hamlet is a tragedy and a true depiction of how things can go wrong unexpectedly even when we do not call for them. Life is uncertain and fate plays strange games with us. There is a lesson to be learned from this story. Murder, hatred, feuds, and revenge bring all to a dead end that is destruction and death.